It was the year 1981. American Airlines was struggling, a $76 million loss. New competitors. Fuel prices were skyrocketing. The airline's CEO thought, do something that's never been done before, something that brings in cash immediately. And then they came up with an offer, one that would later become one of the biggest blunders in corporate history. They announced, one ticket, one-time payment, and then, for life, fly whenever you want, wherever you want, in first class, for just $250,000. They called it AAirpass, the golden ticket. The airline thought people would buy it, use it a little, and the airline would make huge profits. But they overlooked one thing: Steve Rothstein. Rothstein was a 37-year-old investment banker from Chicago. He had money. He loved to travel. And when American Airlines personally called him with this offer, he said yes immediately. $250,000, then another $150,000 for a companion pass, meaning he could take anyone with him on any flight for free. Total $400,000. People thought it was crazy. Rothstein thought it was a golden goose. And what he did next probably kept the airline's CEO up at night. Rothstein flew every day, literally every day. London, Tokyo, Sydney, New York, Los Angeles. Sometimes he stayed just 3 hours. Sometimes he flew just for a meeting. Sometimes just to eat in another city. Why? Because for him, flying was free. In 21 years, Rothstein took over 10,000 flights, flew more than 30 million miles, and didn't pay a single extra dollar. One-time payment, $400,000. Airline loss, $21 million, all because of one man. But the story doesn't end here. Rothstein had another habit, one that was genuinely surprising. At airports, he would walk up to strangers, look at them, and simply ask, would you like to fly first class with me for free? Once, he met a man who wanted to go to Seattle for his father's funeral, but couldn't afford the ticket. Rothstein used his companion pass, put him in first class, didn't take a single penny. I don't call this philanthropy. It was just a good deed. That was Steve Rothstein, a man who took an airline offer so seriously that the airline itself got scared. In 1987, American Airlines CEO Bob Crandall personally wrote him a letter. I'm glad you're enjoying your AAirpass. You are always safe with us. We will honor this deal forever. Rothstein kept that letter safe. He didn't know 21 years later, the airline would forget it. In 2002, his teenage son Josh died in a car accident. Everything changed. Rothstein was broken. At night, when everyone was asleep, he would sit alone and do something unusual. He would call the American Airlines reservation helpline for hours just to talk. At the end of the call, the agent would ask, "Sir, where would you like to go?" Rothstein would say, "Yeah, San Francisco." And another flight would be booked, one he would never take. I didn't actually want to go anywhere. I was just lonely. Talking to the agents gave me some comfort. Because of this, there were thousands of ghost bookings under his name. Fake names, fake passengers, empty seats. Names like Bag Rothstein, Stephen Rothstein Jr. Seats empty. Sometimes he booked them for extra space. Sometimes so no one would sit next to him. Sometimes just to sit alone and remember his son. In 2007, American Airlines was in trouble again. They created a revenue integrity team to find where money was leaking. Soon, they found two names: Steve Rothstein, Jacques Vroom, both AAirpass holders, both costing the airline about $1 million per year. The team calculated Rothstein alone had cost $21 million. The airline decided they had to stop them. But legally, it was difficult. The contract clearly said unlimited and lifetime. So they chose another path: fraud accusations. December 2008, Rothstein was at Chicago O'Hare Airport preparing to fly to Bosnia. At the check-in counter, an airline agent approached him with a letter. "Mr. Rothstein, your AAirpass is terminated as of today due to fraudulent behavior. 21 years, 10,000 flights, 30 million miles." Ended with one letter. The same day, at London Heathrow, Jacques Vroom was stopped too. Same letter, same accusation. Rothstein sued American Airlines for $7 million in damages. American Airlines countersued. The case went to court. Rothstein argued, "You let me do this for 21 years. Now it's suddenly wrong?" The airline argued fraud. In 2011, American Airlines filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. The case went into limbo. In 2012, both sides settled out of court. The terms still secret. Rothstein only said, "I didn't do anything wrong, but I regret ever buying that ticket." And Jacques Vroom, once a powerful executive, is now a substitute teacher in Dallas. He said, "They used the words unlimited and lifetime, and then those mother of time Zekers took it all back." Now, here's an interesting twist. A total of 66 people bought the AAirpass. One of them was Mark Cuban. Yes, that Mark Cuban, the billionaire. He still has his AAirpass. He says, "It's one of the best purchases of my life." And guess what? His pass is still valid because he never cost the airline that much. And Rothstein? Today, he flies with United Airlines, buying regular tickets. The man who cost an airline $21 million now sits in economy class, probably thinking, "I wish I had listened to the airline." Or maybe, "I didn't do anything wrong. I just took what they promised me." So what's the lesson? Corporations are powerful. They have lawyers. They have time. But sometimes, one individual finds the right deal and uses it so well that even the biggest companies start to shake. Steve Rothstein didn't commit a crime. He simply read a contract and took it seriously. The airline thought the contract favored them, but one man proved a good deal in the hands of a determined person can bring even the world's biggest airlines to their knees.